friends, welcome back to my channel where every Wednesday I upload a new pick a card. For today's topic, we are going to be taking a look at the next chapter in your career. Whether you are really unsure where things are headed, or if you are starting something new, or have really big goals in the future, this video is for you because it's going to give you clear insight based off of the current energies where things are headed. If you hear something you like, or if you hear something you don't like, this is going to give you the information so you know exactly where to adjust or to just keep going. So with that being said, let's get into it. Before we get started, I'm going to set the intentions of giving you all the best reading of my ability with everybody's highest good in mind so we can take a look at the next chapter in your career. Alright, so let's take a look at the different groups that we have here in front of us. So here we have groups 1, 2, 3, and 4, each with a different crystal on top, and you are going to use your intuition to figure out which one has the correct message for you to figure out what the next chapter of your career holds. So let's take a look at group number 1. We have some pyrite. Group number 2, we have some spirit quartz. Group number 3, we have some carnelian, and group number 4, we have some kyanite or rainbow kyanite, however you want to call it. So feel free to pause the video for a moment if you need to. I do have the timestamps in the description, that way you can skip right over to your reading whenever you are ready, but just the one that speaks to you the most, the one that keeps drawing your eyes to it, whichever one just that you can't quite stop thinking about, that is going to be the pile for you. So whenever you're ready, I will see you at your reading. All right, group number 1, here is your reading, so let's get into it. First, we have the Death card, then the Chariot, then the Ace of Swords. So this tells me that you have gone through some change in your career. Maybe you have started a new job, or you have started working your way towards maybe like the next level up if you're not changing your jobs, but you have leveled up in some way, either changed jobs, gotten a promotion, something. So there has been a transformation in your career. And right now there is forward movement. This is like confident, controlled forward movement. This also represents balance. So, and like just taking action. So I feel like currently this is a moment where you are just really moving forward with things, taking action with things, and just really getting the ball rolling on whatever your focus right now is. And that is going to bring you so much more clarity and so much more understanding of where you want your career to keep going and how you want to feel in your career. I really feel like you are kind of stepping into something that feels like more of a passion of yours, and this is like, it's just what feels right. Like, you know, you are making the right steps in the direction to just feel more aligned and connected and on top of whatever it is that you are doing, like as far as work goes, and also like the balance with that between your home life and the lifestyle that you want to live. Because the Chariot card is all about, like, while there is forward movement and action, there's still balance. So that is really key in all of this, is I feel like you having that balance in your home life and your work life, and just feeling really happy and fulfilled, and feeling like you're not having to, like, what am I trying to say? Like, just focus on work. Like, you're not having to just work your life away and just feel really unfulfilled. Like, this is going to be a huge time of you stepping into a new position or a new place of work, or just whatever it is that allows you to have that family time or that you time or whatever it is that you want to do to like pursue more of a happy kind of go with the flow life. Something that doesn't feel so like hustle and bustle, because it's such a passion of yours. Even if you are working really hard and taking a lot of action, this is such something that brings you so much joy and just feels so good that it feels almost easy and a little bit effortless. Okay, let's do some more cards. See what else Spirit has to say about your new chapter. or your next chapter, but I guess new chapter since you had a death too, in your career. Okay, so we have the Moon card reversed. This shows that you are letting go of anxieties and fears and stepping into the unknown a little bit. But because of your dedication and your passion and forward movement in this, you are almost like trusting that it's going to be okay. Like that's why you are letting go of those fears and those anxieties. And the more that you allow those to kind of float away, like whenever you have those thoughts come into your mind that are like, I don't know, maybe this is scary, maybe this is too much, that you're going to be able to just let go of that and just stay focused, keep moving forward. And that's just going to bring you more and more clarity on exactly how it is that you want to proceed with what you're creating. I feel like for probably a lot of you, you are like maybe embarking on a new business journey. Like I know I said for some of you guys, this could just be a promotion where you're currently at, but I feel like for a lot of you, this is like just a whole new career path, a whole new journey for yourself. Okay, and then we also have the Nine of Wands reversed. So in the upright position, this is like a card of feeling a little like overwhelmed, like really hard work, but you're pushing through. But it can also be a little bit overwhelming. And so in the reverse position, I really feel like you're going to feel like you're not having to work as hard for what you're wanting. So you're gaining more clarity, you're taking action, you're letting go of fear, and it's feeling easier because it's something that's just that big of a passion for you. Even though you're going to be putting in a ton of work, it's just feeling so much more effortless and much easier. Okay, then we have the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Cups, but the Queen of Swords is reversed. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so with the cup cards, the cups have to do with our emotions, and the swords have to do with our thinking and our problem solving and all of that. So this is showing me that perhaps you have had some fogginess, maybe indecisiveness, just not really feeling sure, maybe feeling unclear with things before, like in the direction that you're wanting to go, if that makes sense. And the Eight of Cups is like walking away from something. So I really feel that you are detaching from this energy and you are leaving this energy behind. And while these thoughts may still kind of come up here and there because we can't just completely change overnight, I feel like emotionally you're really going to be able to catch yourself in that thought process and that mindset and be able to step away and to be able to walk away from that. And that's going to be a really huge like part of your transformation, not only just in your career, but then you're going to start being able to kind of apply that in other areas of your life. And it's just going to bring so much more ease and clarity and just joy in everything. Okay, and then we have the Page of Cups in the reverse position. So I feel like there is perhaps part of you that, yeah, I mean, it kind of going along with this card, part of you that like almost ignores your intuition, like maybe you don't trust yourself as much. So like I believe that you are trusting that this idea is good and that it has potential, but I don't believe that you maybe trust in yourself to like pull it off, if that makes sense. So that's something else to keep in mind, something else that you really need to kind of step away from and walk away from. Okay, and then the King of Cups in the reverse position. So again, this is something else. I feel like, yeah, all of this is just the stuff that you are going to be kind of leaving behind, but that still might pop up here and there. So just something to be mindful of. So then the King of Cups in the reverse position, this is like feeling just kind of emotionally crazy, for lack of better words, sorry. But like whenever we go through these transitions and take risks and do new things, it can make us feel like we're on an emotional roller coaster because it can be so exciting, so fun, but it can also be so worrisome. Like, what if it doesn't work out? What if other people think poorly of me? Or what if I don't like move up as fast as I'm wanting to move, or whatever it may be? That can cause emotions of feeling like unsure or unworthy or not good enough or whatever that is. So these are the things that you are going to be facing through this process, but the good news is that you are overcoming all of this due to this gained clarity. So something to remember, something that I'm like really getting right now for you to remember is that all of those little obstacles or difficult moments that you face, that like getting through those and facing them is what brings you the clarity and understanding to keep moving forward and keep, tweaking and perfecting whatever it is that you are working on to be at the level that you want it to be on. So don't forget that when it is hard, it is still working in your favor because it's giving you more of a platform to kind of figure out what it is you want to do and how you want to achieve it. Okay, so let's get into some oracle cards and see what else we can know about the next chapter in your career. So adaptation. So you're going to be really adjusting, and I feel like adjusting pretty quickly to the different way that you're going to be like organizing and living your life plus your work life. So again, like that work-home life balance, I feel like you're going to be really adapting and like kind of like a trial and error situation, but you're going to be able to move through it pretty effortlessly. And of course, there will still be some, some of these hardships that we have, like not trusting ourselves, not feeling really sure, feeling a little bit unworthy. Like those things are still going to come up, but you're going to be able to walk away from those things and adapt exactly how you need to keep moving forward in the direction that you want to go. And then we also have peace. So I really feel like this whole shift, this whole change is just bringing you so much more happiness, letting go of anxiety, so much more peace, just really feeling really good and excited about where this is going. Oh, and then we have heal. So I feel like this is also healing a part of yourself. Like whenever you start pursuing things that just feel right or make you proud of yourself, you really start to heal parts of yourself that like you didn't realize maybe needed that much love or that much validation before. But you're going to start believing in yourself a lot more. You're going to have a lot more trust for yourself. It's just going to be really good. You're going to be having a lot more self-love, I feel like. That's partly what's going to be healing, especially when you look at the King of Cups reversed, the Queen of Swords reversed, and the Page of Cups reversed. That is all like, even though those are challenges you're facing, you are working on healing those things because you are adapting through them by remembering to walk away and not hold on to it. So that unsureness will turn into clarity. That feeling unworthy or not good enough or just overly emotional about things is going to turn into more emotional control, feelings of worthiness, feeling excited about your progress, and just feeling more creativity. And then with the Page of Cups, you're going to be healing, the reverse side of that too, which is getting more in touch with your intuition and trusting yourself, trusting your ideas, and just really going for it. Allowing yourself to kind of take that new opportunity. Okay, and then a win-win outcome is forecast. So as long as you keep focused on this path and stay dedicated toward your goals, you are going to just have a really wonderful outcome. And the thing is let's say you don't stay dedicated and you kind of like don't keep going down this path. Life is going to bring you many events and lessons that kind of start to push you down this path because you're going to keep recognizing that this is where you really want to be. So even though one is going to be way more harder than the other, a win-win outcome is forecast. Either way, like this is where you are meant to be. This is where you want to be. And yeah, I really feel like this is going to be just such a positive transformation. Okay, so when this card comes up, nothing will come of this situation. A lot of times people can think like, oh my God, wait, but like everything you just said, like what? No, this card means that all of the worries, all of the what ifs, all of the what if I'm not good enough, what if I do something embarrassing maybe, what if I fail, whatever your worries may be, like nothing is going to come of that. Let those thoughts and just overthinking mindset and phrases, let it all go because nothing's going to happen with that. A win-win outcomes forecast. Don't forget that. Let's do, okay, I guess these, since they wanted to come out. Their energy is gaining momentum. That really aligns with the Chariot card. Meditate and contemplate. So getting more in touch with your intuition, really gaining clarity, like this card here, the future of your career, gaining clarity, really connecting with yourself. And through that, the answers you need are coming. So you kind of deep down in your subconscious, like already know that this is for you. You already know how you want to feel and the path that you want to be on. It's just up to you to really take time and connect with yourself and just have a lot of trust. And then you are going to just gain more clarity and more understanding on exactly how you need to achieve your goal. So that is your reading for today, group number 1. I really hope you liked it, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram at Silver Winter Tarot, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye. Okay, group number 2, this is going to be your reading for looking at the next chapter in your career. So let's get into it. So here we have the Hierophant reversed, the Justice card reversed, and the Two of Swords reversed. So what this is telling me is that there has been some sort of difference in hierarchy in your workplace that should be leading you, that maybe has just not really felt as it should, I should say. So I feel like you have not been given the proper knowledge, the proper direction, just anything like that you really needed to succeed. And I feel like because of that, there has been some type of injustice in the workplace, just making you feel really kind of like small, for lack of better words. Like I'm really getting the image of like a hierarchy thing, like some really big important person up here and you just feeling really minuscule and small. But I feel like that's not your fault, and it's due to like toxic workplace environment, not proper information being given, not like proper knowledge that everybody has, maybe like miscommunications amongst everybody, leading to injustices and an imbalance in like the work flow that you have been given, if that makes sense. So I feel like currently there are these feelings of unjust, feelings of like things are just not quite fair. This is not how it should be. I'm not being set up for success here. And so the future, the next chapter of your career is you taking off this blindfold and not being conflicted anymore. Because here, this card in the upright, the Two Swords indicate two choices, and she is stuck between them. She is blindfolded and she's not quite sure where to go. However, she can easily take this blindfold off. So that is what she does in the reverse, and she gains clarity on exactly what it is that she needs. And I am really seeing this here for you, that you are recognizing that this is not for you. This is not the place for you. This is not where you belong. This just doesn't feel quite right. And for those of you that are in like maybe not a corporate job or working for somebody else and you're working for yourself, this can still be a lack of direction, a lack of leadership, a lack of foundation to understand the things, and which is still creating a feeling of unjust and imbalance and all of that. So either way, it works for that. Just apply it as it is to you, since these are general readings. But either way, you are taking off the blindfold and gaining clarity that this is just not working out for you, and this is not where you want to be. So let's go ahead and do some more cards to get some more insight on what exactly this new chapter is going to bring for you. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like you are no longer going to be feeling like you are in need of extra help. I feel like also there has probably been some issues with like proper compensation, or just not being able to kind of meet exactly what it is that you need. So that is going to be changing. You are not going to be feeling like you're like like begging for every little bit or just really waiting for it, if that makes sense. Maybe some of you have been pretty paycheck to paycheck, and I really do feel like making a shift is going to change that for you. Shift it over for you. And so then here we have the Six of Wands. So you're going to get recognition. You're going to be more recognized. More people are going to realize like, hey, like you are doing a pretty good job. Or maybe if you're in a place of, maybe if your career type takes clients, that sort of things, or has guests or customers, you're probably going to be getting more of that. Because not only is this more recognition and just like a, hey, like, congrats, you're doing a good job. This is like a, ooh, like, let's say you have a little bakery. It's like, I want to go to that bakery, and you're going to get busier and busier, that kind of thing. That was just one example, but that is what I'm trying to get at. So you'll have more abundance, you'll get more recognition, and okay, we also have the Eight of Swords. So I do feel like you probably will tend to feel bound by your thoughts. You'll probably overthink. You'll probably have lots of stress. I feel like that is current energy. And I do see that, of course, still like popping up here and there, even throughout this new journey, because every new journey can have moments of stress because a lot of it is unknown. So I'm just kind of getting the message to like, don't allow that to hold you down. Because, similarly to this Swords card, like she is blindfolded and bound. So don't get trapped in that like blindfolded self again. Because I really feel like your thoughts can tend to get you there just due to like past experiences. Okay, and then we have the Emperor in the reverse position. So I do feel like with this card, this can be a card of authority and control. And in the reverse, I do feel like there is a softer side to that. So I feel like part of the problem here is that there is too much micromanaging, too much control, or just too much like forcefulness with things that was not working out, right? So let's say like that's what it would be if you worked for somebody else or a company, or if you are like self-employed, then this is just like too high of expectations and it's not working out, that sort of thing. And so when this is in the reverse, there is going to be a lot less of that, which means a more kind of like calm and more peaceful workplace, work environment, work home. If you're working from home, that sort of thing, like this is really going to soften up. So don't be too hard on yourself with the overthinking of what if it's not good enough? What if I don't get it done on time? Like, take a breather. It is okay. You are going to be doing something that you can really like just feel better about and not feel as like every little thing could potentially like ruin your job, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. What else do the cards have to say about the next chapter? Ooh, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Pentacles represent money and our material items. And this is a card of determination and focus. And he is just going for it. So I really feel like you are going to be creating more abundance and you are steady heading towards that. These are also cards of like grounding, like this is connected to like the earth, sorry, connected to the earth. So I really feel like this is a stable foundation that you are creating, as long as you stay determined and stay on that direct path. But it is going to be a slow and steady path because this is the slowest moving suite of the cards, or suite, whatever. I don't know, whatever. The slowest moving one of the cards. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So this is going to be opening up new ways of living, new opportunities in your life that are just going to make you feel more aligned and more excited to wake up every day and do the thing. Because the wands have to do with our action. So I also feel like this is inspired action, just due to everything changing. Your mind is going to stop feeling so anxious and less overwhelmed, and that's going to open up your mind to be more willing to hear and recognize and notice other opportunities in your life to just keep adding on to this fulfillment that you are working towards. And then last we have the Four of Wands in the reverse position. Okay, interesting. So this is a card typically in the upright of celebration and harmony and like family and home, because it's a 4, and this is also like a card of stability. However, when it's in the reverse position, I do feel like there is something here that is feeling a little bit, just a little bit, not quite like, okay, let me back up here. So you are creating a new, on a new path of your work, right? And so you're creating abundance, you're creating a solid foundation, you'll be gaining inspired action. However, there is still a part of you that is not feeling quite aligned with that. There is still a part that you are feeling like you can't quite celebrate, but I feel like that is due to this slow movement forward. So something that you are going to have to be patient with yourself is the time that this is taking. So whenever you gain that clarity and make that choice to get out of the environment that you're in, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to find your new thing or to get back in the groove. Sometimes it takes a little while to get a first paycheck, or sometimes it will impact like our, what am I trying to say? Like our schedules at first, because sometimes you have to work your way up to a particular level of freedom that you can get at the job, right? So while all of this fantastic, wonderful things are coming from this switch, like letting go of anxieties and fears, having a more laid back work environment, creating more abundance, getting more recognition or more clientele, it is going to be a slow and steady progress. But just remember that due to this inspired action and this dedicated movement forward, you are going to achieve it. Just don't get too focused on how visible that is to you and other people very quickly. Don't let that get you down. Okay, so let's get to some oracle cards and see what else you need to know about your next chapter. Your career. Ooh, a rebirth. Yeah. So taking off the blindfold, making that choice to cut out whatever it is that is not working for you and just starting over, creating something new. And then we have wisdom. So having more of that trust in yourself and this idea, and going through any obstacles and troubles that you might have in this time of trying to create a more aligned work life for yourself. That's going to bring you so much wisdom and so much understanding of what it is that you want and how to achieve it. Grow. I feel like that's pretty obvious. You are growing in an entirely new direction. You are growing yourself, your mindset, your frequency, like all of that. And then we also have consume. Okay, so I feel like this is something that is really on your mind, something that is consuming your mind, consuming your thoughts, consuming your everyday today like actions, what you're going to do. So this is something that's really important to you. So please keep your eye on the prize, like stay dedicated. However, don't allow it to consume you so much that you create more injustice and more imbalance. I feel like that's like part of what the problems were before, is that you were so consumed in your job because maybe the higher up people didn't allow you to be, or maybe if you work for yourself, you had too high of expectations and you just couldn't meet those needs. So just keep in mind that balance is really crucial. Okay, let's get into our last deck of cards. Ooh. And see what else we get here. A fiery climax approaches. So I feel like this is directly related to the Two of Swords being reversed and your like future of your career spot over here. Making that choice to cut this off and do something new, like that is your fiery climax, and then your rebirth begins. Let's see, what else do we get? The energy is gaining momentum and nothing will come of this situation. Okay, so this is funny. I got this card for the last group, and a lot of people think when they see this card that it means like, wait, everything you just said, like nothing is going to come of that. But that's not what it means. What this means is all the what ifs, like what if I'm not good enough? What if this is actually a bad choice? What if, you know, all of those. Nothing is going to come from that mindset and that way of overthinking and those what ifs. Like those are all just your anxieties kind of taking over. Okay, let's see if we get anything else. Take time to breathe out. So usually during these stressful times, huge changes, it can be so overwhelming. So that is your reminder to take a deep breath. Ooh, what do you need to release? So, okay, I really feel like physically sitting down with yourself and putting more conscious intent into your breath. So literally take a deep breath in, and whenever you're about to take your big breath out and release it all, literally think of what you need to release and imagine yourself releasing that as you exhale your really deep breath. And that is going to help you like physically release those things. So your tendency to overthink, your tendency to maybe feel like you're not good enough, that sort of thing. Really take some time and be very intentional about releasing all of those things. Okay, so that is your reading for today, group number 2. I really hope you liked it. Feel free to leave some info in the comments because I would love to hear how this resonates with you. Be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram at Silverwinter Tarot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group number 3, this is your reading for taking a look at the next chapter in your career, and let's dive right into it. So immediately looking at these cards, the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Wands in reversed, and then the Ace of Pentacles right here, this is just yelling that your hard work is paying off. So I feel like in the past you have had to really fight for what it is that you want as far as career, like really fight for the position that you are in or really fight for your business to be where it's at. You have put in the work, you have defended yourself, you have had to do so much. And that has brought this new new opportunities for making more money, for prosperity, for abundance. It's maybe like opened more doors for new opportunities that are going to bring in more abundance. But this is just a clear sign that your hard work is paying off. And not only that, but because of these new opportunities, that's only going to make the future of your career feel less burdening. Like in the upright position, he is working way too hard. He has all of these sticks in his hand and he is just overworked. He's pushing them. He can't even see past them because this is just way too much work. So in the reverse position, he's kind of letting go of that and he's going to feel way less overwhelmed, and career and job and work life, like all of that is just going to feel so much easier, so much effortless, while still maintaining this abundant, more prosperous like venture in your career. Okay, let's do some more cards and see what else we get about your new chapter. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups, but in the reverse position. So I do feel like currently there has, and in the past, there has been some lack of emotional fulfillment due to the amount of overwork that you have had to do. The World card being sorry, being in the reverse position here shows me that there is like a feeling of incompleteness, or there has been a feeling of incompleteness, but you are really going to be moving past that. I feel like when you were so overworked and when you were having to defend and fight for yourself so hard without seeing these opportunities that you were creating for yourself, it was leaving you feeling unsure, incomplete, and unfulfilled. But moving forward with these new opportunities that are being presented to you, when you open your mind to them and take that step forward and take the leap, even if it feels so unknown, you're going to feel way less overburdened. Ooh, however, this is a card of heartbreak and big emotions and sadness. This could be losing something. So I do feel that there is going to be some grief over this change. It's almost going to feel like you are letting go of something that you don't quite want to let go of, even though it's no longer serving you. So for some of you, this could be perhaps this new opportunity, and feeling of less overworked is you're completely changing your career path. And maybe this is a path that you have been on for so long, so it's almost hard to let go of it. Perhaps you feel guilty a little bit letting go of this. Perhaps for some of you, this could also be, in a sense, like grieving the people. Perhaps you are going in a new direction where there's going to be new people. Now, the thing is these are swords, so this represents our thoughts, right? Not necessarily like our emotional side of things. So I do feel like these are all just going to be a brief, short period of time that you are having these thoughts of, did I make the right choice? Is this where I should be headed? I'm going to miss those people, or I feel guilty for leaving. So however it is applies to you, those are some emotions and thoughts that are going to come up. But again, don't allow that to fully take over, because that's just for a brief period of time, because with change always comes, you know, saying goodbye to something else. Okay, now we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun. So the good news is you are going to be like, not only is the Wheel of Fortune a card of more money, like literally more fortunes for you, but this is also a card of ending bad cycles, ending negative cycles. So you are no longer going to be dealing with fighting too hard for yourself, being overworked, feeling not emotionally fulfilled, feeling incomplete, and just the feelings of grief. Like, you are going to very easily end that cycle and get over it and move on to the next one, which is the Sun card right here. I love this so much. So the Sun card, like, something that I learned about this card that I absolutely love is that whenever this card is pulled, it almost like shines a light on everything else going on here. So it just brightens and makes all of these things just a smidge bit easier, because it's all aligning in the way that is meant for you. Also, with the Sun card, you are probably going to be feeling way more like yourself, way more authentic to the lifestyle that you really want to be living. Sorry about that. I had to step away for a minute, but let me try and remember exactly where I was at. So we have the Sun card. I was saying how this kind of shines a light on everything, making it just a little bit easier to get through. But also on top of that, you are going to be stepping into a more authentic you once you make this transition and, you know, kind of end this cycle that you have been going through. You are going to start feeling much more better about yourself, more empowered. The Sun card also relates to money. So again, you are bringing in more fortune, more abundance into your life. And then, ooh, these three wanted to come out. So let's take a look. Okay. We have, okay, the Five of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands, but reversed. So the Five of Cups can represent oftentimes that it's easier for us to stay focused on the things that have not worked out, our past failures, our past just things that have been kind of a letdown, kind of a disappointment. However, we can forget that there is still all this opportunity and full cups behind us. We just need to turn around and change where our focus is at. So that is going to be really key into being able to persevere and push through all this, because this is going to be a highly emotional time when you make this transition. But just focusing on the positive, your end goal, staying determined and dedicated, and just remembering that this is all for your better, highest self. Like you are going to be stepping into a more authentic time where you are shining brighter, into a more like into a time that feels a little bit more like playful. And with the Page of Pentacles, again, this is just like the potential for more money, the potential for new opportunities, new ideas, all of that sort of thing. Like these two are pretty similar. Like these are the new opportunities, and this is like the potential for it. So the more you keep moving in this direction, it's just going to open more and more doors. Now, with the Eight of Wands being reversed here, this shows me that there's going to be a little bit of resistance on your end into making this transformation. So whenever you feel that come up, just, you know, try and switch that logical brain on and say, hey, I knew this was going to happen because this is uncomfortable and this is hard, and I'm not going to let it stop me from my determination to create something new for myself, to create something that feels like less work, less fighting, and more abundance. So let's get into some other cards and see what else Spirit has to say about this next chapter in your career. We have the intention card. So be more intentional with your actions and your thoughts. So not only having goals and hopes and desires, but acting on them. And not only just acting on them, but putting more intent into it. So for example, whenever you are, let's say just little things, right? When you wake up in the morning, put more intent into the way that you wake up. Are you immediately starting doom scrolling on your phone? Or are you going to recognize that this is a new day, take some deep breaths, and say some positive affirmations? That is being more intentful, is that a word? I don't know, in your actions. Whenever you make your food, be more intentional about what you are making. Is this going to make you feel energized for the day, or are you going to feel more sluggish and tired after this because it's like an entire thing of cinnamon rolls, which is fun sometimes, but not all the time. And then, you know, other things with intention. Are you going to sleep at a good time? Like really just be more intentional about everything it is that you're doing. And it's just going to really help you so much on this path. It's going to make everything so much easier. Peace. This is going to bring you more peace. Of course, there are going to be hardships and big emotions and just new opportunities, and with that comes some nervousness because new stuff is always a little bit intimidating. But overall, it's going to bring you peace. Ooh, and mystery. So there's a lot unknown here, and that can feel a little nerve-wracking whenever you are making these changes forward. But the cool thing about mystery is this is also kind of like a magical card. Like this isn't a bad mystery. Like this is really exciting. Get a little bit curious about what your future holds in your career. Like really think about all the different potentials and ideas and just kind of sit on them and give them each their own time for you to really think about it. And that is what's going to kind of open up these new doorways for you to kind of start on a new path to where you do feel more aligned and just more joy overall. Okay, let's get into our last deck of cards and see what else we need to know about this next chapter. Confidence is your key to success. So really trust in yourself and don't get too held back and let down by the fact that things have been hard before. Be bold and make the first move. So this kind of is calling this card out a little bit where I feel like there is that resistance to change. This is your message to not let that get to you this time and just make the first move because it's going to be so worth it. And then the answers you need are coming. So just keep moving forward, stay focused, and everything is going to work out exactly how it's meant to. So that is your reading for today, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me some feedback in the comments below. It means so much to me. And be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Check out my Facebook and Instagram at Silver Winter Tarot, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye. Group number 4, this is your reading on the next chapter in your career, so let's get into it. So here we have the Judgment card, the Six of Swords reversed, and the Six of Cups. So getting into this here, this shows me that there has been something from your past, maybe something even from your childhood, that has just really called out to you, that has really always been that has always piqued interest to you. And I feel like right now, if you haven't already started making the move, you're thinking about it, but you want to go back to that and revisit that dream of yours, revisit that calling. Because this right here, like, this is the universe calling you to take action towards something that you are meant for. They're having a literal, like, rebirth. They are being raised from the dead for their purpose. And this card means they are going back to something, revisiting something. And this typically signifies like our past, our childhood. This is like an adult or an older person, however you view it, it's different on some art, handing over a cup of flowers to this small child. So this kind of represents like nostalgia, our past, our childhood, that sort of thing. So I really feel like there is something that has just meant a lot to you or has really piqued your interest for a long time now. And you are going to be making the decision to trust that calling and take a step back towards that way and almost like fulfill your childhood dreams of whatever career choice it is that you are wanting. So here we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is kind of showing me that there has been some almost like a feeling of needing to hold on to everything that you have because it's not quite fulfilling the needs that you have. So you're almost holding on to it so it doesn't go away. But in a sense, that's just kind of creating this feeling of like stagnation and feeling stuck and like we just don't have enough. And I feel like that's also why you're making this transition onto your true calling, because it's going to give you a more stable foundation. It's going to give you a foundation where you're probably able to start saving up for yourself more and just doing things that feel better. And then we have the Nine of Wands here, but it's in the reverse position. So in the upright, he is like overworked, but he has really pushed through and accomplished his goals. So in the reverse position here, while there is still perseverance, you are not feeling so like defeated and overexhausted and overdone. You are getting the things done. You are taking action in what it is that you need to be doing, but you're not feeling so overexhausted with it all. So I do feel like that's something else that's going to come from this next chapter in your career, of taking a step back into what it is that just feels more fun and exciting. Oh, and then we also have the Wheel of Fortune card here. So this is really going to be fulfilling in many ways, in bringing more abundance, prosperity, but in also I feel like with this one for you, this Wheel of Fortune is like, wow, like I did it. I accomplished the thing that I didn't think I could do and that I always kind of wanted to do. And that's just going to feel like a really lucky, like jackpot moment for you. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, lots of abundance, lots of money. You are really enjoying it. Like it is raining down from the sky. You have everything you need and you are loving it. You're basking in it. Okay, what else do we have? Ooh, we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse, and then we also have the Hierophant reverse, or not the Hierophant, what? The Emperor reversed, and the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, so this is telling me here that you have had such a long past, is what I'm feeling, long, of not being fulfilled emotionally. Like because you've kind of ignored your true desires, your true calling, your true wants. Like perhaps some of you have even done things that other people have wanted you to do. And because of that, like you have felt so unfulfilled. And with this Emperor card in reverse position, there is almost a sense of like not feeling like like you are the boss of your life, not feeling as in control. I feel like maybe that is how you have currently felt, and that is why you are making this choice to kind of take this step back into something new. And again, what the future holds due to that decision and those feelings are new financial opportunities, new opportunities for abundance, and just more doors are going to be opening that are going to really fulfill this like true calling of yours that you have had for a really long time. So let's get into some oracle cards and see what else we can find out about the next chapter in your career. Ooh, we have trick. Okay, so this is a fantastic reminder that whenever hardships come up, whenever really difficult things come up, that it is a trick. It is not just all the worst horrible things happening to you, even if it really feels like it. It's all in your favor, and it is creating experiences that are going to allow you to create the tools or find the tools or whatever it is that you need to just keep up leveling in life. It's all leading you down to the path that you are meant to be on. It just might feel really hard at times. However, there's all a bigger purpose for it. And then balance. Be sure to find balance between your work life, your home life, balance in your expectations. I'm really feeling like the expectations with yourself and how productive you are. I feel like perhaps you have a tendency to overthink and feel that you aren't doing enough. That's just kind of a message that's coming through. So be sure to find balance in all of that, and knowing that like rest is okay and good. Okay, deal. Make a deal with yourself. Make a deal with yourself that you are not going to overwork yourself. You are not going to continuously feel not worthy or second guess these things. Like, sit down with yourself and make that deal to push forward and persevere and not give up on yourself. Okay, let's get into our last deck of cards and see what else we get. Surrender to the divine. So really letting go and trusting. Like, this is the universe calling you to do this. So that means that the universe is also on your side. So surrendering to the divine just means that you are putting trust in not only yourself, but the universe to deliver the things that it's promising, as long as you stay focused on your path. And then we have show the world the real you. So again, kind of listening to that calling of something that means a lot to you from your past, your childhood, or just anything, something that truly resonates with you for a long time. Going back to that, you are going to be showing the real you and not the you that people are expecting. And have faith in your dreams. So again, just trusting in yourself, trusting in the process, and knowing that this is meant for you. You are worthy of accomplishing your goals, and that it's all going to be okay. So that was your reading for today, group number 4. I hope you really liked it. Feel free to leave comments down below, as I really enjoy the feedback. And also give me a like and a subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram at Silver Winter Tarot, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.